Hello and welcome to the launch edition of Lincoln Vision, introducing a new concept in locally focused video publications, reflecting Lincoln District life and events. But that's by no means all we have in store for you.
Certainly not. Lincoln Vision is a project which intends to inform. Over the next few months, we'll be covering issues and events which are of interest to people living in the Lincoln area.
But it won't just be heavy issues. With features on local music, arts and theatre, if you want to see what's going on, then turn on to Lincoln Vision.
Every month, Lincoln Vision, your very own video magazine, will be online, reflecting and promoting Lincoln District life and events. On this launch edition of Lincoln Vision, we begin 2,000 years of local history. We portray local artist Stuart Pearson in the first of our regular arts features. Roger Sherlock's here to tell us all about 1066 and all that. And we end the show with a rock and roll concert. All this and lots more on the launch edition of your very own Society Interactive video platform, Lincoln Vision.
The Fosdyke was built by the Romans to connect the River Trent with Lindum Colonia, a garrison town established in the 1st century AD. If you should have the opportunity to take a boat ride along the Fosdyke on a summer's afternoon, you'll see many interesting aspects of what have now become Lincoln, a cathedral city and the county town of Lincolnshire. It is by no means a large city, has a bustling environment and is rich in heritage. We know Lincoln is an attractive city, but what is it like to live here? Who better to ask than the people themselves? Over to Phil.
Thank you, Judith. Well, here I am in the heart of the city, under the Stonebow, which is the original site of the southern gateway to the old Lindum Colonia. It's actually the start of Ermine Street, running south, and it is Lincoln's busiest high street. And on a Saturday morning, you never know who you might meet. Very nice.
It's growing, it's getting better. It is. I'd say it was unique.
Why is it unique?
Well, it's a friendly city and everyone's different and you're allowed to be different as well. We've got lots of street entertainment and all kinds of things happening like that. It's a spontaneous city as well.
I think it's a very interesting old and historic place. You know, there's plenty to see and do, particularly up the top end of Lincoln, around the castle, cathedral areas and such like.
Well, I can remember when this was the Saracen's Head, and Dick Levine used to own it. At the same time, he used to own the White Harts and the Whitton's Grill down at the bottom, and another place, one or two other places. I think there were better pubs in those days than they are now.
So Lincoln's changed a bit over the years.
Oh, yeah. I think
There's a lot to do, I think. There's a lot to see. There's lots of lovely places to visit, I think.
It's nice and picturesque. And
there's plenty of parks and museums and there's an art gallery and places like that. So there's plenty to do.
Well, it is. It's unique. It's unique.
As you drift into the city along the Fosdyke, you arrive in the Brayford. This was once the hub of the community. During the last century, when the Brayford was a thriving inland port, navigational freight was very much in evidence. The whole area was a hive of activity, making Lincoln an important centre for trade. Huge warehouses lined the quaysides and many a pint was pulled in the Royal William IV.
The Lincoln Grand Prix is certainly the most colourful event that sweeps through the city streets every spring. Not only is the race attracting ever larger crowds of spectators, it also has a national and international reputation throughout the cycling world that it is a race to be in, with teams from as far afield as New Zealand and across Europe. Mustering behind Yarborough Sports Centre, this clatter of cyclists form up to begin a race that is 102 miles long, consisting of 13 laps around a circuit that takes them in and out of the city numerous times. Along Burton Road and down the steep hill to the right-angled bend through the village. Then out along Burton Lane and onto Saxelby Road and back into Lincoln. A popular place for the spectators is the steep climb up Motherby Hill into Drury Lane leading through into Castle Square. This is where the cyclists have to really pump the metal and try and maintain their position. Tearing through Castle Square over the bumpy cobbled street and dashing along into Bailgate. As they come out of Bailgate, they pass under the oldest arch in Britain and head along Newport and round back to Burton Road.